Hello there, H+III+T to boot that dang on time. Let me start this video out by saying just a couple house cleaning things so you already know what's good with me. Number one, fuck James Dolan. You're a fucking racist. I'm not going to not say that. If that makes you uncomfortable, unsubscribe from the channel. Number two, Black Lives Matter. If that makes you uncomfortable or you think it is some form of political affiliation, unsubscribe from the channel. I'm not arguing with y'all anymore. I'm not doing this. I don't care. Watch someone else. I'm sure they'll shook and jive for you. I'm not one of those people. Fuck you. But that's not even there. Today we're talking about Frank Ntilikina. We're doing it in a little bit of a different way because it's a piggyback off of last week's video and we gotta get into it. Did I clickbait you a little bit into this? Probably, but that's not here nor there. Today we're talking about Frank Ntilikina and the kids, but we're doing a little bit more of a honest deep dive because much like with me speaking up for things that I personally believe in and such, it's time to be real with the New York Knicks and stop doing general complaint videos and time to go ahead and really address this. So we're going to talk about the future of the team in plain English with solutions. So it won't just be me complaining. I'm going to be offering solutions for how the Knicks should carry themselves from here on out. Firing Dolan is obviously somewhere in there, but that should be a given at this point, but that's not even there. You are sitting here tuned in to that young seven man. You're tuned in to the youngest of the seven men, the greatest there has ever been. The homie SeverTheBond. Let's get into this foolishness. Let's talk Frank Ntilikina and the kids.
Yeah. You didn't know. DJP. Let's go. Like it loaded, shoot it like a rifle. Got everybody feeling like an idol. The Lord could amaze, give him all the praise. And to the squad, I be yelling Lord's winning for days. And I can't do nothing by my crazy self. I'm a crazy rapper trophy up on my shelf. Rap, that's all I do. I'm a different rapper, you don't have a clue.
Welcome back. You were missed in your absence, but, you know, little intro never hurt anyone, huh? I don't know. Let's get into the foolishness. So, you see the title of the video, you saw the thumbnail, that's why you clicked on it. Frank Ntilikina. Me saying he's the greatest point guard of all time, 1000% cap. Y'all know how I feel about Frank Ntilikina. But where I'm going with this is something that I don't feel like anyone can possibly disagree on, but I'm sure somewhere in here I'm going to say something that you're going to disagree with, and that is what the comment section is for. Do what you do, but don't get your ass blocked! Anyway, so this is the starting lineup that should be good. This is a continuation from last Tuesday's video. This is the starting lineup that we should be going with, Thursday's video actually, that we should be going with from now on. And I'm going to tell you the who and I'm going to tell you the why. And the when, technically. This should be from when we come back eventually, if there is another NBA season, hopefully the social climate, both health-wise and socially, has improved, and it is an appropriate time for us to go back to basketball. This is where we should be immediately. Point guard, Frank Ntilikina. Shooting guard, Trier or Dotson. I really don't have a preference. I guess if you had a gun to my head, I'd say Trier because he can score. No, but so can Dot. I fucks with Trier though, so I'm going to say Trier. But it could be Dot or Trier. There's no wrong answer there. Small forward, RJ Barrett. Power forward, Kevin Knox. Center, Mitchell Robinson. You got the bench. If you want to keep Elfie, okay, have him be the first point guard off the bench. Or if you really want to dig into this, since we've got a million point guards, get rid of Elfie, which I will cry, but it is what it is at this point. Get Dennis Smith Jr.'s ass out there. Have Kadeem Allen be the first person off the, get undrafted all these people. Make the decision. Are we not fucking with Dennis Smith Jr., call Lamar Peters or something like that. You know what I mean? Do what you gotta do. Shooting guard. Again, Dotson or Trier, interchangeable. You feel me? You can easily hit the Iggy Shuffle, right? Hit the Iggy Shuffle. That's what we drafted him for. That's Porzingis, however you say his name, gosh dang it. That's your three off the bench. You're 4. Ooh, Lil 7, man. You don't really understand. No, I didn't. No, I fucking didn't. Kenny Wooten. Called his ass up. Kenny Wooten at 4. And for your 5, I mean, you're probably going to want to keep one of these vets that we have, so maybe Taj, or maybe you'll keep Bobby Portis, or maybe because of the big contract you want to keep Julius Randle around. We've established small ball as something that's possible and is very doable, especially if we have the homie Mitchell Robinson in the starting lineup, and if you have Kenny Wooten at the dang on 4, whoever it is you put at the 5 is going to have the assistance and the rim protection of Kenny Wooten. So it really doesn't even matter. That should be the lineup. Now, I understand if you're going to fire up 2K and try this, you're gonna have a bad time. I get that. But I'm talking real life stuff here. That should be what we're doing from here on out. As much as I despised the David Fizdale days, at least that first year, that was the understanding of what we were doing. When you look at the Hawks, when you look at the Bulls, when you look at other teams who are in our position, who are building through the draft, that is what they are doing. It might not be resulting in wins, but that's what they're doing. Now, I was here for Operation Be Competitive Now, but they fucked it up. They fucked it up. When the team was starting to mesh and we were starting to get results, they sent away Marcus Morris and tried to give us a trash-ass Mo Harkless. No offense, bro. And then said like, oh, here you go. It's just that, no, it's not. Just when they were starting to get it together and string together some wins, they blew up the fucking team. Now, I have said I'm down with whatever the Knicks are going to do as long as you stick to it. Have a fucking plan and stick to it. But it's been too long now, because now we got Kevin Knox coming into year 3. That's 2. Year 3, and man's confidence is still a little Year 3. You got fucking Frank Ntilikina going into year 4, and he's a little. We are past the point of trying to get random sleeper vets and trying to make them competitive. I just named for you 9 out of the 10 major, rotational pieces. You got 5 starters, 5 bench dudes, and a bunch of reserves, right? I named you 9 out of the 10 who are people we've drafted. Dennis Smith Jr. is young, so I count him in the kids category, even though we didn't draft him, but you know what I mean. We've either called them up from the G League or we have drafted them ourselves. We already have 9 players worth that fit every possible place you can put them. Kevin Knox can play the 4. We know it's possible. You just got to give him the minutes. Kenny Wooten can be interchangeable at the backup center or backup power forward. It doesn't even matter. We have successfully drafted an entire team of kids that are good and decent. And we saw progression, but then they just said, oh, well, fuck all that. Let's go get a bunch of power forwards and Alfred Payton. Which again, if they were going to stick to that, then Marcus Morris and them could have got their shit together and carried us into one of these bottom seeds so that we could be playing in the bubble tournament thing in July. I almost said June. In July. But that's not what happened. The Knicks gave the fuck up, unplugged everything, and then are trying to act like we're doing Operation Kids. No, they're doing Operation Tank again. And to do what? To get more little kids you're not gonna play? I done heard all the names y'all throw out there. I've been trying to be nice about it and just go with what y'all are saying, but I don't want Lonzo Ball, or LaMelo, or whichever fucking one it is. I don't want him. I don't want his ass. Because we got Frank Ntilikina, we got Trier, we got Dotson, we still got Elfie, you got Dennis Smith Jr., you got Kadeem Allen. While throwing Lamar Peters, that is 7 fucking guards. Why do we need to add another one? You got 7. And if they weren't working, why do we still have them? If Frank Ntilikina is not the point guard of the future for the Knicks, why the fuck do we still have him? For me personally, this is the solution I'm offering, and this is what I'm going with this year. Because every year we have to find some kind of new stance with this team. We got to either believe in the disappointing free agency, or we got to believe in these little kids that they draft. This year I'm choosing to believe in the kids because I'm looking at other teams who are in our exact same position, saying the exact same things, but they've got experience to back it up. When you look at Atlanta, you got Cam Reddish. You got that Hunter dude. You got Trae Young. You got all these little kids sprinkled around there that have a year to 2 years of experience now. We're starting to get to know each other. As Fizdale said, they done got they lumps. They done got they lumps. Look at the Bulls. Marketing, the Wendell Carter dude or whatever. They got some dudes over there. They're in like, what, year 3 of that? Get them a decent coach, have their players be healthy. They could very well sneak into the bottom of the Eastern Conference as far as the playoff brackets go. Look at the Orlando Magic. We talked all that trash after Dwight Howard left, but they have been secretly and very quietly building shit up, building shit up, building shit up. Now they ass us in the playoffs. We talked all that trash about Markel Fultz and stuff, but didn't they kind of like do the thing that we were supposed to do with Dennis Smith Jr.? Save a potential bust, make him look good like we did with Moutier? Wasn't that what we were supposed to do with Dennis Smith Jr.? But he can't get better if you don't let his ass play. I'm not on board for tanking. I'm on board for player development. And I think there's a difference between the two. Some of y'all might feel like that's debatable. I don't feel that way. That is 2 different things. Purposefully losing and developing your players are 2 different things. And if we are trying to develop the players, then I'm here for it. But purposefully losing when we already have draft picks that just don't play is not achieving anything. And if we just happen to have a high pick, I would like to see us go get a center. Someone to help out Mitchell. That's what I would like to see. We don't need another power forward. We don't need another small forward. We don't need another guard. Go get another center who can help out Mitch. You already have these pieces. If you're going to go get that dude who's a power forward, who's like Julius Randle, then what the fuck did we keep Kevin Knox for? Then trade his ass. If you're not going to use him, then trade his ass. The same thing with Frankie. Y'all want this ball dude so bad, then what did we keep Frank Ntilikina for? Trade his ass. If you don't want these people to be traded, if you want to get all up in arms every time we see probably a fake report saying that Leon Rose is not sure about so-and-so and so-and-so's on the trading block, even though nothing's going on right now, because we don't even know if there's really going to be a season like that. If you're uncomfortable with rumors like that, then you better get your ass on board to playing these kids and us losing for another season or 2 until they get their shit together, because the alternative is drafting more people who will not play. Iggy played 5 games total at least. Maybe played 5 minutes in each of those affairs. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. You can't bench poor Kevin Knox and then trade away the reason why he got benched, then continue to bench him. We said last summer, this time last year, when we acquired Marcus Morris, Kevin Knox probably gonna have to ride the bench because of Marcus Morris. When they got rid of Marcus Morris, Kevin Knox should have immediately been put back into the starting line, whether he earned it or not, which I think he earned it. He had a much better season. Kevin's season was slept on heavily. He should have immediately gone back into the starting lineup at the 3, because for some reason we have RJ at 2, even though he's established he could be a 3, but that's neither here nor there. But no, Mo bum-ass Harkless, again, no offense, you're probably a great guy, don't mean it against you personally. Bum-ass Harkless is starting at the 3. You had a couple games where fucking Sandra Bullock was starting at the 3. fuck are y'all doing? Y'all better play these goddamn kids. Because we're running out of options. We're running out of time. We're running out of options. These kids are getting older and they have no experience. No real experience outside of their rookie seasons. And we're coming up on year 3. They'll go off, get developed, and blossom somewhere else, and we'll be stuck with a new batch of kids and never play them, and continue to do this whole cycle of, oh, bring some people in, stuff starts to get good, then you bench their ass. Or trade them away. One more classic example before I end this video, because I'm starting to talk in circles, and I apologize. But remember this season where we had Derek, Melo, KP, Brandon Jennings, all of them gave up on Brandon Jennings halfway through the season, right? When he had just gotten his shot together and was going off in the month of December. Traded his ass away, said it was because of his defense. Okay? You wanted to do that for Ron Baker. I was completely against that, but it is what it is. Ron Baker starts to get more minutes. Derrick Rose starts to really get into a groove. The team starts to come together a little bit, even though the drama between Phil Jackson and Melo was really seeping into stuff. But the team was starting to get it together. We were starting to make a little bit of a push. But now all of a sudden, Derrick Rose is not playing fourth quarters for Ron fucking Baker. You get rid of Derrick. You don't re-sign so-and-so. You don't re-sign so-and-so. The team is looking really, really young. Completely different squad. Okay? We're going to start playing kids, right? Ron Baker gets benched, barely plays any minutes, gets assassinated by Anthony Davis on 2 different occasions, but Mans is no longer playing minutes, you end up trading him away. What the hell was the point of destroying the chemistry of the season prior for someone who was just going to be benched, fallen out of the rotation, and then traded during an injury? What did we build up Emmanuel Mudiay for if you were just going to give him away? Now, I don't like him, but facts are facts here. Why did we let Mario Hezonja run the point guard at the end of, not last season, but the season prior, and get all those triple-doubles if you're just going to let him go to the Trailblazers? What did you give Noah Vonleh all that confidence for if you're just going to let him go to, I think, the T-Wolves or something like that? Are you noticing this reoccurring thing? Why give Trey Burke this renaissance, bench his ass, and then send him away? Why do we bring back Tim Hardaway Jr., give him all the confidence in the world to now be the fucking 3rd seed with KP of the Mavericks? It's not what y'all are doing, it's how you're doing it. If we are going to get a bunch of veterans, get rid of the kids. If you're going to try to tank to get the kids, you have to play the kids and fuck the vets. You can't do both. Pick one. I'm in favor for let the kids play. We done got every position. We've drafted every position. Get another center, play the goddamn kids. Or not. Trade the kids away, get some more vets. But you have to do one of them. Because you're starting to run out of time for the little kid option. They're not so young anymore. They're starting to get older. Let me know your thoughts down below.